Hey everyone, this is Coach Jerry coming from Untitled Athletics. School's in session. We are starting a new segment titled Untitled University. Really fun, really educational. All it is we're going to take a journal article and we're going to kind of break it down, summarize it, and then give you, the audience, the practical takeaway, how it can benefit you with your training, with your recovery, with your supplementation, whatever it is. We'll take different topics. And if you have something that you want covered, just go ahead and drop a comment, and then I'll find an article and I can summarize it to benefit you all. So today what we're going to talk about is a study that measured the effects of taking whey protein at different intervals and different amounts of protein following resistance training. So after a weight training session, or if you're an athlete, maybe a strength and conditioning session. So what they did was, well, actually, let me take it back really quick. So a lot of us, when we go to the gym, probably bring our shaker cup with us, and then after we walk out of the gym, we probably fill it up with 1 or 2 scoops of protein, drink it, walk out, and then maybe have some food a few hours later. Now, some will say that there's a benefit to taking it right away. Others might tell you that it's not as critical, and maybe you can wait a few hours before you take in some protein to start rebuilding new protein. So what we all usually take is, we all probably have some type of protein supplement. This is a branched chain amino acid supplement. I'm not getting any kickbacks from these manufacturers, so you can assure you can use any type of supplement that you'd like. But we all take some type of protein, probably, whether that's like a protein bar, maybe through food, maybe a yogurt, things like that. Are all considered animal-based proteins, or if you're a vegan or vegetarian, you might be taking a plant-based protein. Now, this study is centered around whey protein, and I'll talk a little bit about the differences between animal and plant-based proteins in a second. So what they measured is there an ideal amount and time after a resistance training bout to take in protein, to start the muscle protein synthesis response. That's just a fancy word of saying starting the process of building new muscle, right? So MPS, which is muscle protein synthesis, can be turned on with just exercise alone, resistance exercise, or it can be turned on by taking in protein. So what they try to find is there a amount and is there a time, an ideal time that's gonna maximize that MPS response, hence get you probably in the long term more muscle and better gains after your guys' workouts. Okay, so in a sec we're gonna go up to the board and kind of break down the study and then give you all the practical tips that you can walk away and start doing on your own. So just keep in mind, they used whey protein, but this also can apply to maybe you taking in some Greek yogurt, some eggs, chicken, fish, things like that. Now, if you're not eating anything from an animal source and you're taking more of a plant-based protein, like a pea protein, a hemp protein, soy protein, you're probably going to need a little bit more to maximally stimulate that MPS response. So if we're talking 20 grams of whey protein, you're probably going to need about 30, maybe up to 40 grams of a plant-based protein. So that just means you can still get more muscle and get the benefits of protein from a plant-based, but you just need more of it. Okay, so let's go up to the board and let's break down this journal article, and then let's give you all the takeaway, and that way you guys can start getting your gains following your workouts. All right, let's go. So welcome to Untitled University. Okay, so the whole purpose of this little clip is to talk about the protein amount and the timing after resistance training, and what's kind of the ideal ratio and the time interval after exercise bout. So we're going to talk about a study by Jose Arreta et al., and that was published in 2013 in the Journal of Physiology. So we have 3 different groups. Okay? So we have, they used resistance trained males. They did a lower exercise bout, and then the study interval was 12 hours after that exercise bout, and a total of 80 grams of whey protein with the different types of intervals and different types of amounts of protein. So the first group, they got 10 grams of protein every 1.5 hours after the resistance training, all the way out to 12 hours. The second group got 20 grams of protein every 3 hours after the resistance training, all the way out to 12 hours after the exercise. And the last group got 40 grams every 6 hours. So basically they got After the exercise at 6 hours, they got 1 dose. And then at the 8-hour mark, they got the 12-hour mark, they got the second dose. They got a little bit more frequent. And then the first group got it really frequently. Every 1.5 hours, they're taking 10 grams of whey protein. So basically, they compared, okay, what's the ideal amount and what's the ideal timing out of these 3 conditions for muscle protein synthesis. That's what they were measuring. And basically, they found that 20 grams, taking it in every 3 hours after the exercise, was the best at stimulating the MPS. Remember that muscle protein synthesis during the 12 hours after doing a weight training session, a lower body. So basically their conclusion was the timing and the amount does play an important factor. So that doesn't mean that you have to, right when you leave the gym, take in that protein. So you can wait a few hours, about 3 hours, take in 20 grams of protein, and then go throughout your day and maybe take another 20 grams of protein, and so on. Now, does it have to be whey protein? Probably not. You can have chicken, you can have eggs, yogurt. It doesn't necessarily have to be whey protein. However, if you're taking protein from a plant source, you're probably going to need a little bit more in order for you to get the same effects as an animal source or animal-based protein. So conclusion is, after you get done out of the gym doing your weight training session, make sure you get some protein in, at least 20 grams, because 20 grams was superior to 10 grams, and you don't need a huge amount, right? So you don't really need to take in 40 grams or 2 scoops of protein. 1 scoop of it should be enough. And then maybe a few hours go by, then you have your meal with some chicken, some eggs, some fish, whatever type of protein source you're going to be consuming, and then just continue eating protein doses every 3 to 4 hours throughout the day. Now, if you're a bigger guy with more muscle, you're probably going to need maybe a little bit more, so maybe 25 to 30 grams. If you're a little bit on the lighter end, whether you're male or female, 20 grams should do. So just check your labels on your protein supplements and just measure out what 20 grams will give you. That's all you need, and then make sure you get some good food afterwards. So thanks for watching and taking Titan Edge University today. So we'll continue to do more videos like this, bringing a study that you guys are probably going to benefit from, and then we'll just kind of summarize it. So until next time, class is out. Have a great weekend.